And remember, I'm so sorry to repeat it again, but I think it bears mentioning, you're always getting double the product that you're paying for in terms of the value. So, Sarah, we know those final 200 reservations will go. We are moving along. You really pulled out all the stops for us. What do we have going on here, my dear?
These are fabulous. Have you ever seen anything like this where you've got multiple layered die cut pieces? Wait till I show you how these work. You will love it. Whether you want the ho ho ho, whether you want the winter wishes toppers in here, we've got things like your joy to the world, we've got your 'tis the season to be jolly and Santa Claus is coming to town. These are the most incredible dies, and for that $19.95 you are getting a twin pack in each one. So let me show you, Shannon, how they come, okay? So for example, that lovely ho 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 die set, this is the set as it's coming. So what you can see is you get multiple dies in the collection, which are going to cut out your background and then all of these extra layered up pieces, so that when you layer it up, it makes this lovely ho ho ho. Now, you would expect to pay $19.95 just for that set, but actually for that price, you get the ho 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 and the Santa Claus is coming to town. And again, for this one, you are getting 2 of the larger outer dies and then all of the inner dies that layer up to make the most incredible tags. So each one is a twin pack. That's your first pairing that you can go for. Your second pairing that you might want to go for is this Winter Wishes, which I think is so beautiful and ethereal and Christmassy. That one comes from With Our Home to Yours as well, okay? So these ones come as a pair in there as well. Then your third set is 'Tis the Season to be Jolly. And again, can you see every one of these dies is individual so that you can cut them out of different cardstocks, Shannon, and then when you layer them up, they make the most incredible toppers or tags or ornaments for the Christmas tree if you want to take them another level. But I'd never seen sentiments like this that you could layer up with your dies. And for us to be able to bring them at this price, it's just because HSN have ordered so many thousands of these, because we knew this was going to be one of our biggest launches of the day. This is the first time you're seeing them. It's been saved for the show tonight, and every one of these, when you see me show you how to put them together, you'll be blown away by just how easy they are and how spectacular they look.
And Sarah, can I say, the elephant in the room to me is $19.95. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, seriously, are you kidding me? That has got to be one of the best rock'em sock'em values that I've seen. Certainly timely, because we're all starting to think, you know, what we're doing for the season and what we're doing for our cards and for our creativity. Remember that 4-pay flex pay is for this show, and the only quantities that we have, because we were doing the world launch, the only airing. Sarah, I have to say, I look at this, boy, does it put a smile on my face. You've got a little bit of everything. It's a crowd pleaser for sure. And the fact that it is such a minimal investment for everything that you're getting here. So for $19.95, talk about some of the things that you're gonna do with this or what you've created for us.
Well, I can show you one if you want. So
Perfect.
I'm going to actually show you. We can do all of our die cut pieces on one. So I'm just layering them up. I'm using them on the Gemini, but they will work on every different brand of machine. I'm going to cut some in the red. I'm going to cut some in the white here. I'm going to cut some in the black. I'm going to layer everything up and send it all through my Gemini machine, which, by the way, we have a stellar deal on the Gemini Junior, which is going to be coming up next. Let me just tell you, if you've been waiting to get the Gemini, tonight is the night with the deal that we've got on here, okay? But what you do is you would just take each of these and cut out all of these individual pieces. Now, what I've done, just to make life a little bit easier, is I've actually cut all of these out, and then I've ran them through the Xyron so that I can show you it layered up. So can you see, if I take these individual pieces, watch how everything starts to layer up. This second layer is going to go on top of the first layer. Then what we can do is we can start and build up the individual pieces. So can you see we're going to put Santa Claus's little hat on here, and then we're going to layer up on top of the hat the extra base piece. We're going to layer up all the extra pieces, and you can tell the individual story. You can see how it's starting to layer up there step by step. And then you've also got all of the individual toppers here. So we've then got our sentiment. So you'll see that Santa Claus starts to fit exactly into this sentiment. So you're going to just stick all the little individual pieces in. What I've done is I've got one here where I stuck all those little individual pieces in, and you can see on this one I've created my own little gift bag topper. Isn't that amazing?
Cute. Oh, I love it. Okay, they are going. Let me just tell you, with hundreds and hundreds of you joining us, this is your last shot. And boy, oh boy, whether you're filling up that shopping cart at $99 and then taking $20 off, whether you're taking advantage of that 4-pay flex pay of $4.99 on your credit card with a 30-day return policy, I really want to encourage you to get this home because it's a perfect way to just kind of test the waters in terms of what Sarah and Crafter's Companion do for you. And Sarah, I have to say, I mean, when I keep saying that you think of your customer because they do become your friends and they do become your fans.
Yeah, they do.
I also mean it when I say this is a crowd pleaser, because this is one of those, to me, and forgive me for saying it this way, it's kind of like a no-brainer, because this is, you know, just the way you've designed these sentiments and these designs, they really do appeal to everybody, I think.
This is it, and aren't they nice and bright and bold, and really, they just stand out really well on your card. Whether you want something that's a little bit more traditional like this, or whether you just want something really, really fun. And I mean, at this price, you kind of can't afford to miss them, to be honest. When these are released, you'd be expecting to pay $14.95, $16.95 for each one of these die collections, because there's so many individual dies in the set. So the pricing that we've got on this today is absolutely off the chart. Should I take you through all of the different sets that we've got now that you've kind of seen how they work?
You read my mind, Sarah, because, and it's so funny because I always, let's be honest, you know, Suzanne, I'm no Suzanne Runyon. I can't even pretend to be her when I grow up, because you always jam-pack these. Can you give everybody a tour of their choices and what to expect, if you don't mind?
Absolutely. Well, this one here it's called Let It Snow, and Let It Snow comes in with the collection that has that wonderful Christmas tree in. So if you go for Let It Snow, I like to think of it as buy the Let It Snow, get the Christmas tree thrown in as a bonus. So that's the first option. Then your next option is called 'Tis the Season, and that's got your Joy to the World, and as well as Joy to the World, you get the one that is the 'Tis the Season. So this is all of the extra pieces, and on each one of the packets, these are all of the dies that are coming included, and then when you cut them out individually, this is what they look like. When you layer them up, this is what you're going to be able to make. Now, your third option is called Winter Wishes. And so this is the one that has From Our Home to Yours in, and also the actual set that says Winter Wishes. I'm going to demonstrate with this one next. And then the last one that you've got is possibly my favorite, dare I say it. It's called Ho Ho Ho, and it's the one that's got your Santa Claus in there, which, by the way, is going to be my Christmas tag this year. All of my presents tied up under the Christmas tree are all going to have that little tag on with the Santa Claus is coming to town. And then how fabulous are the cards going to look with your Ho 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 on the front? Really super gorgeous and super simple. Now, I'll show you again just how they work. Here we go. So if I just show you on one set, look at all the different dies that you've got. So you've got like a lovely outer die. We've got all of these different elements that layer up. And what you're going to do is you're just going to cut all of these in your different types of cardstock. So that's the trick. Every different part of the sentiment you're going to do in different colours of cardstock. So I've got here where I did the, to have a look, you would do the deer in the brown. You would do the sentiment in the white, you might do the second layer in the green, the base layer in the blue, and when you start to layer it all up, this is how it's going to come together. So we've done this one in the blue, And if I take a card and I pop this on first, that gives me the background first of all. Then the next layer that you're going to cut out is that beautiful the Christmas trees that we had, and we were doing these in the green, and when I cut these out we started to get this sort of layer. So this is going to layer up to give me that second layer on top. Then we would do the little deer in the brown, and again you just bring out the deer in the brown. He then starts to layer up on the side, and you can see how the topper is starting to come together. It looks fabulous on its own, but then actually to finish it all off, we're going to take the sentiment, and it's optional if you want to add the sentiments in. So I'm going to add my wishes across the center, and by the way, I've run everything through the Xyron just to make them all sticky. And then I've got my winter, so I'm just going to start with my little sticky pieces in the center and tie up the winter wishes in there just to finish this off. And you can see, obviously I've done all the die cutting ahead of time just to be able to show you this a little bit quicker, but how fabulous does that look to be able to do the winter wishes?
Hey, by the way, we're going to give you an update on that subscription box in a moment, but Sarah, and I'm saying this tongue in cheek, I'm blaming you. I think our engineers saw all the winter wonderland themes that you were doing and actually tried to climate control the studios to reflect the images of the snow and the snowflakes. Because if you hear something chattering, it's not me doing the Macarena or castanets, it's my teeth chattering. So we're living your designs in the studio, Sarah. But those of you who got that subscription box, congratulations, Sarah.